So here it is, the weekend of Star Wars Celebration, and I find myself scouring the YouTube over and over, looking at the usual channels I like to watch for the sort of stuff, and fortunately everyone who would normally be doing a speculation video right now are all at Star Wars Celebration at the moment. But I'm not, and thanks to the joys of the internet, I've gotten to see quite a bit of what's already come out from there, so we've learned quite a few things about what Star Wars is going to be in the next batch of movies, continuing the timeline forward, episodes 7, 8, and 9. It's not an Empire versus Rebellion scenario anymore. It's now the First Order versus the Resistance. And right off the bat, that the Imperial types are now going by the name of the First Order immediately makes me think of Order 66. So I'm wondering if what the Empire's become is kind of like Palpatine's fail-safe command, his last command, if you will, as, to be, if I get killed or I die under X and X circumstances, here's the protocol that the military is expected to follow, and yada yada yada. And the fact that the rebellion is now being called the Resistance, I think implies that there's never been a period of like a New Republic kind of thing. There might be a few, rogue planets here and there, but for the most part, still sounds like it's an underground organization. So, it might be in the 30-year gap in between. We'll find that maybe the rebellion did bring the Republic back briefly before the First Order shows back up, but it'd be easier for storytelling and for the general kind of audience kind of effect to just have it be that the Empire is maintaining control, even if they're not quite calling themselves the Empire anymore. We'll still have to see. This is all just kind of guesswork. You've probably heard by now that the desert planet that we've seen in the trailers is not Tatooine. It's a place called Jakku. Apparently it's like the site of like some huge battle that's going to be shown in the new Battlefront video game, and it's now kind of just like a junkyard planet. Daisy Ridley's character Rey is apparently a scavenger on that world. We obviously see a lot of Millennium Falcon action and whatever's been going on with Boyega's character Finn, so it's obviously going to be central. I am just so glad that it's not Tatooine again. Star Wars, it's always been a pet peeve of mine, but Star Wars is supposed to be set on a galactic scale, and yet 5 out of 6 movies we keep coming back to this one backwater world. And when so much stuff happens and so much important things happen tied around a backwater world, guess what? It's not a backwater world anymore. So if it doesn't matter if Tatooine's out on the edge of the galaxy, big things keep happening there. So it's not a little harmless backwater. But they still try to want to act like it's just, some crap out in the middle of nowhere. But it's like practically Arrakis. But anyway. I've heard a few people say it, so I'm just go ahead and jump on the bandwagon too, because I'm also the philosophy. I'm very curious about the Chrome Trooper, possibly even more so than Kylo Ren, and I'd like to think that they have Gwendolyn Christie in that armor, because that would be pretty badass. And we'd already heard earlier before, back when she was first cast, that they were going to have her playing a Stormtrooper. And, why bring in Brienne of Tarth unless you're going to have her play like some really sweet, badass warrior chick. So, we'll see. And unfortunately, that's the big problem with all this. They're being so cagey with all their information. And I will have to say, Disney and Lucasfilm are a hell of a lot better about controlling their leaks than the WB. Ugh. That Batman vs. Superman trailer was so lame. Some people I already kind of see are trying to blame its lameness on the fact that it got leaked on Star Wars weekend. Like right in the aftermath of seeing that like badass second trailer, that they would like nothing, anything. If they were to like announce the Infinity Wars movie already with a trailer, that would have seemed lackluster in comparison. probably to that Star Wars trailer, because it just doesn't carry that kind of weight of nostalgia. But I don't think so. I think even had it been released a couple weeks from now or whenever it was originally planned, I think it would still have really sucked. Because DC sucks. Go Marvel. So anyway, I'm gonna see if a few like new versions of Stormtroopers and stuff. Apparently, they had like a bunch of costume displays at Celebration, and the one I'm, I guess, the most curious about are the Fire Troopers or the Flame Troopers. That's pretty cool. So anyway, I guess that's about all I have to say. That's worth saying. That isn't going to be able to be said 1,000 times by other people anyway. So until next time, may the Force be, and whatever.